Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Stacey and I'm an affair recovery coach who specializes in helping the unfaithful in their affair and get over their affair partner. Okay, so if you would like to know how to work with me, just check the description box below and let's get into today's video. Today's video is, why is the honeymoon phase of an affair so intense? Okay. So the honeymoon phase, number one, the honeymoon phase is a phase of feeling extreme euphoria, which is filled with discovery. And I got some notes, so if you see me glancing, that's what I'm looking at. It's filled with discovery, a lot of talking, getting to know each other, spending hours on the phone, text messages, learning about everything they like and don't like. Excitement, butterflies. You get the butterflies, the head rush, I'm so nervous, your palms sweating. I know that the first time I met my affair partner outside of the office was at a football game, and we had people around us. I had brought a friend of mine with me, but he was shaking, like his hands, he was trying to show me something on his phone and he was shaking so bad. And I kind of chuckled about it and I asked him, why are you so nervous? And we just kind of laughed it off. But that is like the honeymoon phase, and that is physical reactions to dopamine flooding your body. Dopamine is our pleasure hormone, and when you get that going, it just floods your body. You're also filled with lust and passion, lots of attraction. There's a lot of pleasure from all of this interaction. It's just, it's an exciting time because of a lot of the hormones rushing through your body. And it's a phase that you haven't experienced in a long time. And maybe, I do have clients who say, when I got married, I never experienced this phase, and that's possible. But also, if you did experience that with your husband, it's been a while since you've experienced that. So this rush of excitement is almost like it suddenly wakes you up, and it just, wait, I feel alive again. I feel like I can breathe again. I feel like the sun is shining again, because maybe you've been depressed, or, maybe things haven't been going right. A lot of times death will precede an affair. Maybe you've lost someone and you've been in this shadow of pain and sorrow and loss. And death, like if someone is going through grief, it's so intense. It's such an intense sadness that an affair is an extreme, like the counterpart. It almost comes in like a healing balm, especially after grief. It's a great opposite, because as intense grief is in the sadness part, is as intense an affair is in the happiness and joy part. So I think a lot of so let me go on. Number two is, you've been empty for a long time. You're disconnected from your spouse, you're not feeling seen or heard. And you're going to hear me talk about this, your needs, quite often, because it's a huge factor in why we experience the intensity, the deception, the honeymoon phase, all of this. Why we experience all of these things and they last so long is because we're going from, my husband doesn't see me, my wife doesn't hear me, they don't understand me, they don't want to spend time with me. We both have attachment styles that are possibly unhealthy. So that means we don't know how to interact with each other in a relationship. So we tear each other down. And those things it's almost like a sponge, when you're empty and you're dry and the affair partner comes along and they start making you feel valued and making you feel like you are accepted, you suck that up, so quickly, and it feels so intense. It's like, oh my God, I was so thirsty, I'm parched, and now you made me feel so, refreshed. And for your attachment wounds or your core wounds, they really are belief systems that we have about ourselves. And the affair partner is really good at opposing that negative belief where, so for example, mine was, I didn't feel accepted by my family. I didn't, even my husband and my mom and, the issues that she had, the way I was raised, I couldn't be myself with her or with my husband. I felt like I had to be this perfect little Christian woman and do everything right, and all my decisions were questioned. So that left me with an insecurity and a belief about myself that I just wasn't good enough. But my affair partner was complete opposite of that. He made me feel accepted and that I was good enough and that I could do whatever I wanted to do. He made me believe in myself, and that caused the affair to be intense, because whenever someone doesn't know their identity, they are not strong enough to believe in themselves about what God says about them, and someone comes along and affirms them, you're going to latch on to that really tightly because that is your lifeline. God is not your lifeline any longer. That person has become your lifeline. And when I say lifeline, they've become your validation. They've become the one that sustains you. They're the one that tells you who you are, because when we don't know who we are within ourselves and we don't have that confidence, then we need other people to tell us who we are. I needed my affair partner to tell me that I was good enough. So I latched onto him, because if he would keep doing what he was doing, then I would feel okay about me. And I actually said that, I don't care what he does. As long as he keeps doing what he's doing for me, I'm going to be here with him. So that in of itself is what makes the affair so intense, is how they fill our needs, how they validate us, and our core beliefs are we believe negative about ourselves, but they change that, so we latch on. We don't want to let that go. The next one is, they're a great distraction from like the pressures of life. Again, they're a great self-identity boost or self-esteem boost. Sometimes being a stay-at-home mom, you can lose yourself in your kids. Why does my nose itch when I do videos? I have no idea. But anyways, they're a great distraction from that. Like, when my kids are little, then I just pour myself into them, and that's all I am as a mom. All I am, as a wife, and then I'm not even good at that because my husband doesn't make me feel like I'm desired or wanted. So here comes the affair partner, and they really, are like, wait, you are more than a mom. You are more than a wife. And we can become bored, and we can always be searching for something. And when we find something like an affair that is so fulfilling, it becomes so intense because of what we believe about it, because what we believe about the relationship. I believe that this is special. I believe this person is amazing. And all of that fuels intensity. Our beliefs fuel our emotions. And I just think that them being a distraction, them filling our needs, and the rush of all the chemicals and the sneaking around and the hope that we have with them for the future, all of that is what causes the honeymoon phase to be so intense. It adds like an extra flair to it, because the whole honeymoon phase of a relationship is very intense by itself. But when you have someone that has been feeling devalued, disrespected, not wanted, in a marriage, when it starts to fall apart and we start to lose respect for each other and we start to feel like we're not wanted, that's almost worse than being single, because every time you see them, you're reminded of how much they don't want you. And it reminds you of whatever your core wounds are that you have about yourself, like, I'm not good enough, or I will be abandoned, or I'm not loved. It's just a reminder, and it's almost like it cuts deeper and deeper every time you see them, every time you have a fight, that kind of thing. And then when the affair partner, you're in a relationship with him and he's doing the opposite, he's healing those wounds from the marriage and from your attachment style. And it makes it so much more intense. that you just don't want to let go of that, because like I said earlier, they become a lifeline to you. And that is one of the reasons why it's so hard to walk away from them also. You don't want to give that up, you know. But okay, so that's today's video. If you have any questions, leave them down below. If you need help with anything, walking away, ending the breakup cycle, managing the grief that comes with the affair ending, if you need help in affair recovery, I'm here for you. Set up an appointment. And now let me say this. I'm going to be out of town in September, so my calendar is closed, but if you are in a desperate situation, please feel free to email me and I will do my best to work you in. Okay, have a great day, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye.